All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakathum. Bear with me, man. I'm on one of these cough drops, man. Just this crazy ass weather changing. My throat is all jacked up, but you can see this headline here. All right, Medicare and Medicaid wasted $100 billion of taxpayer money, it says Musk. All right, now I'll title this basically the Son of Perdition. The rules don't apply to him, okay? Because Esau very much goes by a rules for thee, but not for me. All right, and the scriptures speak about the hypocrite. Let's read some of this, because this should piss everybody off. Because your ass getting an ambulance, you injure yourself, or you have an emergency and you got to go to the hospital room. Okay, you're looking at 2 to 3 bands right off the rip just for them to take your ass over there. Okay, and you paying, you look at your check, all of this money going to Medicare and Medicaid, and then something actually happens to you, you go in with that bullshit insurance. Because even the best insurance you can really get for cheap is with your employer, but even that's bullshit. All right, you read that long ass terms and terms of service and condition, okay, and what you'll find out is you qualify for very little things to be paid for. Even if they do pay for a lot of it, the base cost of it is so high that even 10% of it is enough to break you. Okay, if the hospital is charging you 20 bands, okay, for a surgery, okay, and they say, yo, well, you only got to pay 10%, but that's $2,000. Okay, who's got that? And so, these funds, Medicare, they're supposed to be for the American people, but look at what we got going on. They're taking the money and they're running. Okay, it says X announced, Elon Musk announced on his social media platform X that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services had wasted a staggering $100 billion of taxpayer money. Okay, and that should be infuriating. But these people, they're not going to get upset. Okay, they're not going to get upset until their pockets, till they can't buy groceries, which that's happening right now. All right, and this is part of the reason why they're doing this big discovery, is because they know people are fed up. All right, they know that they're looking for blood and they can't make ends meet. Okay, but look at what we got going on here. Okay, what was the precept I was going to get? Salakia. It came to my mind and I lost it. Anyway. Okay. Job 15:34. Okay, it says, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. All right, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. All right, because when you look at Elon Musk, okay, you look at people like Fauci that got all of this money, USAID, all that's coming out. What you realize is they all took a bribe. Okay, they've all been paid under the table. They don't have your best interest at heart. Okay, when Dr. Fauci got up there and said, you're not disagreeing with me, you're disagreeing with science. Okay, but what was he doing the whole time? Forging science, man. That's what a doctor means, to falsify. Okay, and that's what he did. Okay, with all kind of gain of function research, with all kind of pay for play. Okay, all kind of secret experiments, and then they monetize the cure on the back end. Okay, they sell you a cure. It says, verse 35, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Okay, so now you're all crying because they've been stealing money, but what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay, that's the point. They're at the point where they're getting ready to show their hands, because they know it don't really matter anymore. They don't really have to sell you a dream anymore. Okay, you've seen underneath the skirt, okay? And it ain't much more for them to explore, so it's time for them to show their true colors, okay? They're gonna show you who they really are shortly, okay? This all here on the article. It says the Doge team was granted read-only access to the system. Their mission, as outlined by Andrew G. Nixon, the HHS Director of Communications, is to identify opportunities for more effective and efficient use of resources. But this is all fluff, man. They really do not care about that. I believe they are trying to pacify the public and get them to calm down, because nothing's going to stop people when they can't feed themselves, okay? Nothing is going to stop people when these medical emergencies, these insurance companies keep scamming you out of your home, all right? And they have no place to stay. It's going to get violent. And that's all Esau cares about, is staving off the violence, okay, until his plan has come to pass, okay? Because it speaks about him having what? His enterprise. That's in Job. Okay? They're trying to enact a plan, okay? Job 5:12, it says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay, so all of this plan with all of the migrants, with all of this rapid fire news, all of these executive orders being signed, okay, and all of that, they have a plan that they're trying to get to, okay, and it's going to result in less freedom for you people and more control for them, okay? They want everything controllable, okay? They don't want gas cars, all right? They don't want a free and open internet with free speech, okay? Elon Musk doesn't want free speech, okay? He sold you on that idea. I'm gonna do the Twitter files. I'm gonna release what the FBI been doing. But what was that? To gain more favor, okay? Why? Because they're gonna take away all free speech, okay? They're not even gonna pretend anymore, okay? It says, verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. And they have a very great counsel, man, okay? That's what's going on at these Bilderberg meetings. Okay, that's what's going on at these various summits. You know, they go into Davos and all of these different things. And most people are against that. Most people in America, they're against globalism and people passing policies over them. But that's already been happening. Okay, America's already run by a bunch of globalists. Okay. Nobility and ancient and old money families really run America, okay? That's what people don't understand, okay? Nancy Pelosi, what do you call it? The Del Amos, or the Del Rasos is her maiden name. Okay, those families, the Newsoms, they all go back to old money in California. And the Gettys, that California, that's their area of America to control, okay? And it boils down to families, okay? The Bushes, all right? The Bidens, when you look these people up, if you can get their genealogy, you'll see that it's not a coincidence that they become presidents or governors or in these high positions, because it ain't no meritocracy in America, okay? This guy doesn't do things fair, okay? What do the scriptures say? It's kept back by fraud. James 5:4, behold, the hire of laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. Okay, because they've been paying into Medicare, but when they go to try to give medical treatment, they end up breaking the bank. Okay, what is it? Let me try to find it. Look at that. Number one cause of bankruptcy is what? Medical debt. Okay? Medical debt is the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. It's becoming increasingly difficult for people to pay their medical bills due to rising healthcare costs. Okay? And when you see what they charge in some of these Medicaids, nobody's rioting because the so-called government is paying 80-90% of it. But you don't realize that's why your taxes keep going up every year, because you don't feel it directly, but the taxes get taxed on everybody, goes up every year. Because there's people charging $1,200 for insulin, man, okay? How the hell is a drug that costs 50 cents being sold for $1,200? Because nobody's going to riot because the government is paying it through Medicaid, okay? And so they've been robbing people, man, okay? And so if you inflate those prices, okay, the insurance company don't have to pay it, okay? They're going to continue to raise their premiums, and the hospitals are going to keep raising their price because somebody's always paying for it, okay? If he raises it to $500 and the government keeps paying for it, why wouldn't he raise it to $600 all the way to $1,200? Because America always pays, and the reason they can always pay is because they can just print money. And this is, and by the time you get there, you actually need help. Okay, the insurance don't cover it. Then guess what? You're out of luck. And Medicare doesn't cover everything. Okay, it says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth, which is talking about the elect. Okay, and the Lord is only going to hear our cry. The rest of you crying about medical debt, about the misappropriation of funds in the government, the Lord doesn't care about you. Okay, you have to lay in the bed that you made. Okay, you were pro-America. Okay, y'all were cheering on Kendrick Lamar yesterday at the Super Bowl with that patriotic bullshit. Okay, so you got to stand on it. Okay, that's something that you got to stand on. All right, and it's going to get way worse. I always say that, and I got to keep reminding you. Okay, it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. All right, and that's definitely been America. Now look how much debt they've racked up, you know, like a careless woman with a credit card with no spending limit. Okay, she's going to fill her whole house up with new bags, buying things that she knows she's never going to wear, that she doesn't need, because she likes the feeling of buying new things. And then it's not going to be enough. She's going to want to go shopping again. That's America, man, the whore that everybody's going to hate. Okay? It says, you have nourished your hearts, and as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Okay? So this is the consequence of trusting in the devil. Okay? And this nigga right here, Elon on the screen, he's a pure demon. Okay? We're going to find out everything about him eventually, because what you'll notice is he's gotten a lot of this money. Okay, he's a top defense contractor, and he's gotten hella subsidies in the past to fund things like Tesla, SpaceX. Okay, he's the golden boy of America. He's the chosen oligarch to handle the technocratic aspects of this new world governance, because all of his companies are in the tech sector. Okay, and there's a reason he's at the forefront of everything. All right, and I always say that when you look at his companies, they all suspiciously support this new infrastructure that Klaus and them over there want. Okay, because America's not run by America. You can go ask or go look at the situation over there in Gaza. Okay, that should be pretty clear about who's running things and then around the world. Okay. Only commoners think of things in terms of borders. Okay, Esau don't give a damn about borders, man. All right, he didn't destroy so many borders and drew new ones. He has no respect for borders. Okay, they think about assets and controlling things. Okay. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to speak on this matter. The skirt is being lifted. I did the video last week about that, and we're going to keep reporting on it. Okay. Because whether people want to hear it or not, whether they wake up or not, it's of no consequence. The Lord said go out there and preach and warn, okay? And that's what we're going to do. Anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying.